This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the sports betting network. Mitch Moss along with Paulie Howard. We're live downtown Vegas. Circa Resort Casino is the spot. Fun program. I'm going to call it a 3-hour banger lined up today. Great guests on the show. Tons of NFL news. I don't even know where this is going to go in 30 minutes when Tony Rizzo comes on. ESPN Cleveland radio host, a legend in that city. When we get into more Deshaun Watson stuff, we have Browns props coming up in about 15 minutes, more that are available now. I can't wait to hear what he's going to say at that point. Brad Powers, 2 segments today coming up in 90 minutes. Pro Sports Better. We'll get into his analysis of week 0 this weekend, week 1 as well. And Derek Stevens, I think, is going to have, well, I know this for sure because I was here and I talked to him before the show. Wait until you hear some of these tidbits about the popularity here of Circa with the fantasy drafts, what it was like last week, and how this weekend actually might blow it away, Paulie. So before we get into the Brown stuff, all this news to go over today in the NFL, I like what you said before the show. You want to share that?
Does anyone look good? Can we get some positive news?
Is that possible?
I mean, how's everyone a train wreck in practice? There's no hope in Cleveland. The quarterback competition wasn't even close, and they wanted Sanders to win. So there's no hope there, and I'm sure they'll screw up the draft pick next year. The beat reporters say the Dolphins' practice was so bad, Willis gathered everyone around and gave them a pep talk, and that didn't work either.
Got worse, evidently.
And then Tua was so bad they can't name him the starting quarterback. As Penix finally got cleared to work on 11-on-11 drills. Mm-hmm. How bad that's been.
And how's that going to go when Penix actually gets out there?
Yeah. So Evans has got the groin. Chase got hurt. He says he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah.
And Baker Mayfield said, we got out physical, then the Jags punched us in the mouth all day. And it was eye-opening what happened.
Yeah.
After last week, he said they're going to surprise and shock a lot of people.
Sure. Yeah, he said today that if practice was if it was a game, they would not have come out on top. He called it eye-opening. And as you said, Paulie, he thought they were out-physicaled. That is something that by the way, we haven't heard that about the Buccaneers in a long time, the way it seems. And that is definitely not a good thing, not to overreact to all this stuff, but you probably don't want to have your star quarterback, who, by the way, of any quarterback in the league to say something like that, it might be him because he is one of the best sound bites and one of the guys that will just tell the truth. So if he's saying that, that could be something to absolutely put a red flag next to. And then you have this as well. Running back Kenneth Walker for the Chiefs, not expected to practice Tuesday with a foot issue. This came out a couple of hours ago. There's a Twitter doctor, Jeff Mueller.
Twitter doctor?
Right. Who tweeted this out. Yeah. And this is a good reminder, folks. The date was August 22nd, 2025. Kenneth Walker, the report was unlikely to practice every day after dealing with foot soreness throughout camp, proceeded to be load managed throughout the entire season. August 25th of this year, expected to do the same thing as last year. And I know so many people are hot and heavy on Kenneth Walker this year. At fantasy, player props,
George
maybe offensive player. Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Most rushing touchdowns, the whole shebang.
Mm-hmm.
But if that is supposed to be his backfield with a bullet and getting all the work every which way but loose, all the running, obviously pretty much all of the rushes. He's a good catcher out of the backfield. And certainly when they get near the goal line, that guy was expected to be the man. Will that linger? It was an awesome offseason addition for that team. So the Chase stuff, it did look bad. But as people have joked on Twitter, no prayer circle needed for this one, thankfully.
The holy water.
Yeah, and he hopped on a local radio station after it, and he said it was just a small injury, and he could have proceeded if he needed to. But did you watch the video? He came. Yeah, it did not look great, but said he's okay.
Are they going to suck you in again Saturday, Anthony Richardson? He will start in his biggest start of his career.
I don't think I can do it.
If he stinks, he probably gets cut and can't beat out Riley Leonard. Or if he looks good, maybe he's something that they could trade. I don't know. But 30 yards passing in the last game? They couldn't. He's going to start in their 3.5-point favorites against Detroit. So once again, they should win. But it's going an undrafted rookie against a top 5 overall pick. Can the guy at least move the ball and score some points? His career depends on it on Saturday. At least look good for a half, please.
Okay, so I asked you this yesterday. We got good feedback on this. If J.J. McCarthy gets cut from Minnesota, will a team pick him up? And we got pretty strong response that the team would be the Chargers.
Did you see the fourth down pass?
Oh,
Did you
of course
see? The guy's wide open for a touchdown.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
he's not even close.
I'll ask you the same question.
Uh-huh.
If it does not go well for A-Rich this weekend,
Yeah.
what do they do?
I know, but it's what you said last week. It's always, we can fix him. Or we could see something, even maybe do a goal line package or something with the guy because he's such, he's built like an ice cube.
Sure.
But this is, you're going to think a top 5 pick who just, a couple starts and then self-inflicted turnovers, took himself out of the game, and then the ridiculous injury with the eye. And then that's it. But it's all riding on Saturday for him. If he can't beat out Riley Leonard, who's done nothing,
I know,
then that's a sad state of affairs. And it's the same thing with McCarthy. If you can't even put up points in the preseason and Carson Wentz is going to beat you out, and here you are, a top 15 pick, and how long did that last? 6 games? 5 games?
Boy,
and he could be with a new team?
I don't know which pick was more forced. Don't really care. But at the time, we all thought, what are they doing here? Right? With the Richardson talk going 4th overall, like if you ever watched him at Florida, you knew
that was
he was
Irsay, yeah.
Yeah, you knew that he was a freak athlete, but to go 4th overall in any draft?
Well, that's the problem with these owners. Look at what Haslam did. He's get talked into taking Manziel by a homeless guy.
Yeah.
And then he signs off not only on the contract, but then all the draft picks to get the guy. And then, he's got to start week 1 against Sanders.
I can't imagine then a couple of years, when you fast forward to 2 or 3 years down the road, for the people who are still in that same organization, what those conversations are like. Like, we have to admit that we were this wrong this quickly.
Yeah,
the Vikings thing is probably not that big of a deal because O'Connell didn't want him.
Oh, there's a lot of guys that come to mind, I know.
And that GM's already gone in Minnesota.
Yeah, right. Trey Lance, another one. It doesn't even take long, and maybe a year into the guy's tenure, it's like you have to admit you blew it.
Well, you just knew that one basically right out of the gates.
That's why all this talk about tanking and let's get Arch or let's get the hot quarterback next year. Look at the history of these guys.
I know it. I know.
It's not even 50-50.
You give me the sure thing. There isn't one.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the best prospect since Andrew Luck, and he was the best prospect since like John Elway. Do you think Trevor Lawrence has lived up to the hype so far?
No.
He has not.
No.
So most...
Did Andrew Luck? That ended early. But he took him to the playoffs.
I also thought that he was dealt a very unfair hand.
True. Horrible offensive line.
That's terrible roster around him for the most part.
Yes.
If that had been a little bit, if it was a different situation, who knows? I know people who think Andrew Luck was the absolute, he was the bee's knees. But, we're going to hear that, Paul, during the college football season, the next year into the draft. You got to get Arch Manning. Why?
Yep.
Or whoever that quarterback might be. Don't know. You never do.
And I was ready to attack this with some Browns props about lowest scoring team because there's no hope. And then just the misery in Miami that you're reading on a daily basis and how ugly that's going to be. I can't get there with anything Arizona related because at least Arizona's going to be able to score. They have a lot of weapons. And plus, they'll score it when they're down big as well. But for Deshaun Watson, in his last 7 starts, they've gone under their team total in every game, and they haven't scored more than 18 points in any of them.
Amazing.
And to open up against Jacksonville.
Yeah, think about that.
And another road game after that. So even at home, which is going to be a road game as well, and will maybe the lack of weapons coming up with Tony Rizzo. But it's just, how can you go under your team total 7 games in a row? And this guy was supposed to take you to the promised land.
I always like trying to flip situations here. And one would be with Arizona. Imagine if they were in, let's say, the NFC South. Arizona might win that division. I don't think they're the worst team in football. I just think they have the most impossible schedule that maybe we've seen in a long time. And I'll say this about the Browns-Dolphins situation. What if Malik Willis was on Cleveland and the Dolphins had the Browns quarterback situation? The Dolphins would be all-time bad. They would probably have the lowest power rating ever. And the Browns with Malik Willis, the unknown there quarterback, I think people would be making a case with his surroundings there, the defense, that they could be a possible playoff team. But that tells you the importance of that position. I think and I brought this up yesterday, where are the Browns at with just an average quarterback? Give them Kyler Murray. We're not having this conversation, Paul.
Yeah, we saw it. Yeah, we saw it with Flacco fever. and what happened. If you get a guy he's average and he can take advantage, I mean, but that was just so alarming from day one, because I remember they played the Rams, and I had the Rams in Survivor. I mean, they're going shotgun. He's throwing the ball 30 times. He was just on his couch. Well, why does it look like this? Then you got DTR and other guys. They can't complete a 7-yard out.
Sure. Why was Flacco able to go there? And as we said at the time, he unlocked David Njoku for the first time in his career. Right? Like every game, target monster, huge production.
That's one of them.
Like that's the dude we thought we were going to get out of college. And it's taken 40-year-old Joe Flacco to do it.
Yeah. That's why it's got to be, even go back to the O'Brien years, why that defense was so good and the franchise was so good in Houston. I mean, no matter who the quarterback was, they still made the playoffs, whether it was a lousy division. You had Osweiler. You had Schaub, who was bad.
Yeah.
You had a couple good years.
That's right.
Who was the other guy they had? T.J. Yates. Then you win in games with Mills.
Did Yates had to play in a playoff game?
Yeah, he won. Yeah.
Who was the bald quarterback? Didn't they lose a game like 30-0 in the playoffs?
I don't recall that one, but I remember Brock Osweiler beat the Raiders. The Raiders made the playoffs, but they had to start Connor Cook because of injuries. Maybe Hoyer started. You might have something.
I thought Hoyer maybe started for them, and they got blasted on that early Saturday playoff game that they
were
get every
losing
single year.
guys. They were putting backup quarterbacks in, and they were still making the playoffs and finding a way to get it done, and it made it at least look respectable. And this, it's just it's fad. Cleveland radio listening to it, there is no hope.
No. Now, we'll expand on this with more ways to approach betting Browns. There are a lot of good markets out there. Watson futures as well. And what Paulie told you about that great find from a bettor on the team total with the Browns. Circle this for week 1 and beyond. Coming up next.
Racetrack Television Network brings you every race, from every track, on every screen, every day. With monthly packages starting as low as $5, RTN gives you great value and access to more live HD streaming and race replays than anyone. Visit RTN.tv today to sign up and watch on almost any device, including Roku and Amazon Fire. Use promo code TRYRTN for a 5-day free trial.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Hey everybody, Dave Ross here from VSiN by the Books. Join me and my man Vince Lewis tomorrow. Going to continue to get geared up for Week 0 in college football and Week 1 of the NFL slate. Plus, going to break down the full Major League Baseball docket, play our weekly round of Stock Up, Stock Down, and so much more. As always, we've got a stacked guest list that includes JVT, Jonathan Montobo, Adam Burke, and a full PGA Tour Championship preview with Wednesdays with Wes Reynolds. It is VSiN by the Books, Wednesday 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
By the way, sad day today. American legend, that word gets thrown around way too often, but she really was. Dolly Parton has died at the age of 80. And the tributes have not stopped since that news came down about, I don't know, an hour and a half ago. At 80 years old, I never saw her perform in person, but I always thought that she was incredible.
I love music. I was still blown away by her resume and shocked at what she's accomplished.
Oh, go look at that tweet from Paul Charchi.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And I was reminded by my wife of this today. I spaced it. But so when we adopted and named our little boy Sebastian 2 years ago, if we were going to adopt a little girl, her name was going to be Dolly. My wife is like the biggest Dolly Parton fan. She's absolutely crushed today. So sad news. She was amazing, and she was supposed to perform out in Las Vegas this past December, and people were going absolutely bat bleep crazy for the tickets, and she had to cancel. And at the time, we were like, boy, please tell me this is not like a sign of what's to come. So she was great. How about this? As the sad news continues, the Factory of Sadness in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And more here on Browns and Watson props. This tweet from Shale Capadia. Did you ever see this before? This stat? Over the last 2 years, among 78 qualifying quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders' 2025 performance ranked 77th in EPA per pass play. The only performance that was worse, Deshaun Watson in 2024.
Come on. Yep. God.
Is that...
That's why it's so bad. I mean, it just what he did to this franchise and holding them hostage, and you wouldn't hit the eject button on anything, and he's just been horrible in the 19 games he's been in there, and how much you paid him, and then what you gave up in draft assets too. So, and then you thought maybe Sanders could be the guy. We haven't seen that either, but maybe he can do something this year and at least give him some semblance of hope. But I doubt it. But that's along with the 42 quarterbacks since 1999.
Right.
I mean, you can't make it up. You got. It's like Harry Carey when the Cubs couldn't win. Well, anyone can have a bad 100-year stretch. I mean, you got to get one of these picks right in the first round with the quarterbacks. One of these guys has to be able to play at some point.
You would think so.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You're flipping coins for 35 years here.
Yeah. Right.
Now, once is going to come up in your favor.
Yeah.
So this is the tweet that you referenced from Clev TA. He's awesome on the NFL. Among active quarterbacks with at least 15 starts, no quarterback has been worse versus the betting market with team totals than Deshaun Watson. The last that we saw of him, the Browns went under their team total in all 7 of his starts. They scored 18 or less in those 7 starts. You look at, so he's only gone over 33% of the time in 18 starts. Kenny Pickett has gone over 35% roughly in 26 starts. Will Levis 35% in 20 starts. But he is the number 1 quarterback going back since, I think the data here says 2022 to the under with the team total. Well, hello, Paul Bovey, who was betting Minnesota Vikings team totals last week with us. Better get on this with the Browns in week 1.
And you might even cash this ticket by week 2. First quarterback to be benched, he's even money. This might be the shortest leash of all time that we're seeing.
Who are the other strong candidates?
Well,
that we
two is plus 250. Let's see if they name him the starter.
That's
to
right.
begin with. Geno Smith plus 350, and then you have Cousins, which they'll give Cousins at least a month unless he gets injured.
Yeah, that has to be an injury. I think Geno Smith has to be an injury out of the gates as well.
Right.
I think he gets pulled for ineptitude.
Right.
Like 2 months into the year.
They might actually be okay as well.
They could be fine.
Keyshawn was hanging out at practice and thinks they'll be all right. So, yeah, maybe they're a 5-win team, but that's even money to be the first quarterback benched, and he might not even make it to week 3 in the first home game.
Honestly,
that's definitely in play.
Don't we think that number should be odds on, like minus $2 or maybe like in that range somehow? Even money might be a great bet, Paul.
I think it is. Yeah. Because when are you going to see a shorter leash than this? From this guy,
right?
Who's already inside his own head and knows what it's going to be like with the reception week 3. Not to mention all these numbers, how bad he's been going back when he's been in there, actually.
Yep, lowest scoring team. You brought this up in the first segment. So the Dolphins are plus 325. Practice again today did not go well at all. Browns are plus 475. We're not going to bet the Cardinals. We're not going to recommend that. We think that's a bad bet. They're mispriced there, I think, at plus 525. The Jets are at 6. The Raiders are at 8. We get to the Titans at 11.
Oh, he hasn't looked good either. That's another one. And maybe the Jets finally end the drought and pick him off in week 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe that could happen. But he has been lousy in the preseason and in practice as well. And Salah said not what we want to be and not what we're looking at so far with Tennessee. So that's another one.
I agree. Yeah,
I would like him. A lot of people are talking about Geno, but I would think Cam Ward most interceptions.
I could see that. Did you bet that already?
I did last year. I haven't. I'm looking at it this year.
He's going to play. I mean, he's number one pick overall in the draft. He's going to play the whole year, right?
There's some big swings, big differences in numbers, though, when you look at it.
Yep. So I would agree with Miami being the short shot there for lowest scoring team. I think the next team worth taking a shot is Titans 11-1, kind of going into the season. And what if Tate doesn't look good either so far?
Right.
The team with the most losses now, Miami, is down to 2-1.
And I've interviewed Omar Kelly before. He's usually a positive guy, but he's the beat writer for Miami. And he just, thankfully practice is over today. I mean, it was so bad, and then the quarterback brings everyone together. Speaking of Willis, to give him a pep talk, and that doesn't work. So it's like, if you can't get, it's almost time to go here, right? We're ready to play for keeps, and then nothing but negativity, and just it's a disaster every day in practice.
Mm-hmm. The long shot I would look at for most regular season losses, this kind of ties in, and with the odds on for the first coach fired, and now the new short shot is Dan Quinn. He has plummeted here in the offseason. I think right now, looking at the Commanders 25-1, just based on the numbers right there, and look at where the Falcons are at right now. All I heard about early in the summer was Atlanta hype to win the division, to go over 6.5 wins.
Yeah, it's so low, though. I mean, they have talent. They got to 8 wins, even though a lot went wrong. But you got to get Penix in there.
So they're, when you look at the most regular season losses, the odds there, Dolphins 2-1, Cardinals plus 250, Jets 10-1, Browns 11, then Atlanta's 13-1. I wonder where that number was. There's no way it's been 13-1 all summer.
That's tough, though.
They've taken money in Atlanta.
I know. It's a big upgrade at coach. That's the thing. They should look the part on offense finally.
Well, I think to be players here, I think they need Michael Penix to actually be the quarterback and be healthy, and to somehow find his Washington, mojo that he had going.
Yeah.
Now, you can also bet this, thanks to Mark for sending me this. FanDuel has this. I think DK has it as well. Maybe some other books. You can bet individual teams to win more games than any other, like a matchup, right? The Browns to have more wins than the Dolphins are minus 190. Shouldn't they, by default, have a good enough defense, despite the worst quarterback play in the entire league, to win more games than Miami?
Well, Chernoff thinks it's going to be ugly. Like 1 or 2 wins ugly in Miami. This is not set up for Willis because they're going to be behind in so many games, and he's not the guy where you're playing catch-up.
Yeah, I think the Browns minus 190 against Miami. The Browns are minus 175 against the Cardinals. I don't know about that one. They're plus 105 against the Jets. They're plus 125 against the Titans and the Raiders. And they're plus 175 against Carolina. Could the Browns have more wins than the Panthers this year?
That's aggressive.
What?
Wait till you hear what Rizzo says and then reassess. Because he's saying not even good defensively. No depth, not a lot of talent, and it's going to be ugly, and bet against them every game. They're starting week 1 survivor with Jacksonville. Did you see what they did here with the prop? Will a kicker make a 69-yard field goal? Yes, plus 350. How easy was that for Butker? No problem. Would have been good from 75. They trot him out there.
Right. And it looks like we have more options this year at quarterback than even we had last year. I don't know. Maybe this Trey Smack kid for Green Bay is good from 65.
I think he's going to steal a couple games from him.
He might.
I mean, how bad has the kicking situation been? 5 years we're going on?
Oh, it's been a long time.
How bad? And this guy comes out from 59, no problem, bang, hits the net.
Yep. About both games, by the way.
That's right. So I think he's going to steal a couple games, and that prop was 8-1 at Will Hill and Caesars, and it's down to 4-1. Will a kicker make a 70-yarder? Caesars put 69 up, but the Butker thing was just ridiculous. It's like an extra point for him. No problem.
I do wonder with LaFleur there in Green Bay, he's a guy who likes to go for it quite a bit on 4th down. I wonder what that's going to mean now that it appears that they have their guy at kicker. Something, again, they have not. I mean, you have to go back to the prime years of Mason Crosby. How long ago was that?
I'm not saying he's going to be Tomlin, but I think he'll be more of you treat him like Boswell. Like you got the 3 points in your back pocket.
Right. and does like a 4th and 3 from 55, do you say, I trust this guy?
It's a good question.
I'm going to kick now, and
right,
because I know that he can put points on the board.
Well, so far, if it's any indication, he's going to be automatic, and he's got nothing to worry about like he's had in the years past.
Yeah, no, he's going to be fine. My biggest takeaway from Green Bay has been that so far through 2 games, they found their kicker.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike the kid who was kicking in Hawaii last year, he out here for the Raiders now. What an abomination this has
extra
been.
Points and yeah.
I can't wait to hear what Tony Rizzo's going to say coming up next. Legend, ESPN Cleveland. We'll run it all down with Deshaun Watson. Oh, God. This is going to be great coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Biggest contest we've ever seen.
Seriously, what's the guarantee?
They're still talking about it.
I think it's time to put the rumors to rest.
Showtime.
$30 million.
$30 million?
$30 million? $30 million?
That's $30 million guaranteed. 3 contests, multiple ways to win, no rate. Entry starting at $1,000. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup. Then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
This is going to be great. Love our first guest today. Legend in Cleveland, ESPN radio there. Tony Rizzo joins the program now on the Progressive Guest Line. T-Riz, thank you. What is currently the uglier situation in your neck of the woods, the Browns quarterback situation or what happened with Jed York in East Palestine, Ohio?
We have odds right now. You know what agita? You know what agita is, guys? It's Italian for indigestion.
Yep.
I got my whole like, guys, I said this today on the air. The Watson deal, they signed Watson 5 years ago. I'm still dealing with it. It's still affecting everything the Browns do. Let me say this. I'm shocked that they're starting Watson. I've watched these quarterbacks. I went to camp a couple times, but I've seen the games. I've heard, I know people in the building. There wasn't that big of a difference before. Well, why are they, what are you, there is some poison pill where Deshaun Watson gets $200 million down the road because they kicked the can with his salary cap stuff. So he's not coming back next year, even if they win the Super Bowl. Why am I watching him play quarterback? Why am I watching him? You have the Sanders kid. Let's see what he is. Move forward. They want to lose. They traded Myles Garrett. It tells you all you need to know. They have an extra one. They're going to get their quarterback in next April's draft. Okay, I get that. And fine. If that's your plan, great. They don't believe in Shedeur, whatever. They didn't develop him, that's for sure. But why are we watching Deshaun Watson? Then the fans hate him.
Yeah.
Then he went off in the press conference Saturday, and he was frustrated. The kid had to get it off his chest. I'm telling you right now, I know people that know him. He goes to therapy, and they told him you need to get it. He got it out. He came back. He apologized. Fine, guys. I don't see a world where this guy plays well. I'm sorry. I hope he does. I'm a Browns fan. I'm a diehard. I'm one of the few left, and they're losing. Guys, they're losing fans. They've lived on loyalty for the past 25 years. It's waning, okay? Trust me on that.
How bad? 2 wins? 3 wins? You texted me, quarterback stink, no depth.
Todd, no, the Browns have a good defense. They've had 2 good drafts. They've got good skill players. You just can't get on the ball. I would say definitely under 5.5 guys all day long. And I know people, and I trust very much, it said Survivor Week 1, and I'm in. I'm in. I came and got I paid for it at Circa. Jacksonville Week 1, Circa Survivor. Guaranteed. I don't know when you take Jacksonville again, but it is. The Browns are not going to be ready to play. Schlesinger hasn't practiced in 5 weeks. They just got Malik Collins back. There's a lot of unknowns. New OC, new DC, new head coach, and we still don't know who till this morning we didn't know who the quarterback was. And why is Watson not playing Thursday?
Yeah, that's another good point.
Does he need to play? Oh, my God, he needs to play. Yeah. He missed 22 months of football. Guys, he looks clunky to me. Looks just a little slow. He looks 30 years old who's coming off 2 Achilles.
Okay, so
what he looks like.
How long is his leash then to begin the year?
Mitch, I'm going to tell you right now. If he goes 0-2, and those are 2 tough games, Jags are a good football team. Baker is chomping at the bit for revenge if they have him. You're going to go 0-2. You come back on the 27th against the Panthers at home, 0-2, and Watson doesn't look good. You need the National Guard at Huntington Bank Field. You'll need the National Guard. You think the boos were one thing? Stop. Those people will come for a pound of flesh.
Okay.
Guys, everything you gave up, everything you paid him, 19 games, he's looked like crap. It all plays into it. And by the way, the off-the-field stuff plays into it. For a lot of women here in Northeast Ohio, they just a creepy feel. Yeah.
Okay, so then under that scenario, Sanders starts in week 3 at home. What if he's worse, which is possible?
Okay, if he's worse, he's worse. But what a story would be if he could come in and win a couple of games, I think it's a better spot for Shedeur than people think. To have Watson come off the bench, I don't think you can go back that way. I think it would be Watson, and then if he doesn't play well, then you bring in Sanders. And, guys, everybody, it's Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel's going to play. Taylon Green. Here's my prediction. I don't know if you can get this on, Kelsey. Taylor Green is going to start a game for the Browns this year. Book that one right now.
Oh, my God.
How many quarterbacks are they going to keep?
They're going to try and do 4, but here's the thing. I don't know if they could trade Sanders at this point. Shador's fan base turns off a lot of teams. They're venomous. They love the kid so much, it's a lot to deal with. It's probably why he lasted to the 5th round. Dylan Gabriel, I don't know. I don't know what you get for him. I don't think the Browns get rid of Taylor Green. He's going to play Thursday.
Yeah.
He's going to play. So they want to see what they get, and they've been hiding him right now. They've been stashing him because they were hoping to get him on the practice squad. I don't know if they could do that now.
Well, can't be any worse. So you lived through this nightmare, 42 different quarterbacks since 1999. Miami's going to stink. Arizona's supposed to be bad. What are the chances they get the pick right in the draft next year?
Well, that's a concern, and I talked about that today on the air. You know, we can root this back to 2 things. Number one, they made the deal for Watson, which now goes down as the worst deal in NFL history. Thanks. I know. Number 2, they drafted Sanders inexplicably in the 5th round and then didn't give the kid a shot, didn't develop him. You know, in New Orleans, they drafted Shock. They made an offense for him. They committed to him. In New York, they committed to Jackson Dart. The Browns have never committed to Shador Sanders in his defense. And I don't know if he's good. They're apparently the pre-snap stuff is the reasoning. What does it say that he couldn't beat out a guy 30 years old, haven't played in 22 months, coming off 2 Achilles tears? Come on. Something's not. Monken made this call, and I didn't believe that. Initially, I thought it was Haslam's call. But after talking to people over the last 24 hours, this was Monken's call because he thinks he gives him the best chance to win in Jacksonville. Think about that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Scary.
Do you think it's worth a bet on the Browns to be the lowest scoring team in the league this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And guys, that's what they have been pointing. You know, Jimmy Haslam has a relationship with the Mannings because he gives millions of dollars to Tennessee football every year. I think he's their number 1 booster, dollar-wise. So that kid, that freshman kid they just named quarterback, he paid for that kid to go to that school. He has pull there. I'm not sure if Arch would want to come to Cleveland because it's such a toxic situation. But they're looking at something like that next year to make this big. Don't remember, they're opening a stadium in 29. Draft a quarterback in 27, give him 2 years. The timelines fit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, good luck with that. Incredible prices at East Palestine. What can you tell us about the area and that it's been?
I have no idea. Guys, I knew we interviewed, one of the greatest interviews I ever did was with Eddie DeBartolo Sr.
Right.
I'm sorry, Junior at the Hall of Fame. Probably about 12 years ago, we used to do a live show down there from Canton for the weekend. I interviewed John Madden and Joe Montana. Like we had a ball. Eddie DeBartolo was one of the best owners of all time. You heard people that go into the Hall of Fame for the 49ers, the first thing they bring up is Eddie DeBartolo was the greatest owner. I think that's the son-in-law, right?
Yeah.
York married the daughter or whatever. I don't know. Those people, I'm sure they're very embarrassed. That's a very embarrassing. God knows, like, what's going on there. Like, we didn't even really talk about it. And by the way, the league really has hushed that story up. It has not been a big hot button all around the sports media for a while. So the NFL is very embarrassed.
They want to kill that story, no question. Have you ever driven through that area before?
No, I played golf in Warren. I know people from Youngstown. There's a lot of Rizzos in Youngstown. But that's a very connected area. Guys, stop. You know that was before gambling was legal. That was one of the hotbeds for, bookies. And I grew up with all that. And Mike Florio has a book out. His dad, they were all connected. You should read that book from Florio for Pro Football Talk, because that's where he grew up. That's where his family's from. And he will tell you the story. That goes back decades, 50s, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Well, okay. We only have like 30 seconds here, Tony. But what was your reaction when you saw that headline yesterday?
shocked. And by the way, I worked in the news business, and a news guy texted me, and I let my whole peoples know that it was the mugshot thing, and we were shocked. I'm sure they're very embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, you're the man. Thanks for catching up, giving us a little bit of
Boys,
some
I'm
tidbits
going to
there.
get another entry. I got to get another entry.
I do it.
I only have one entry. Yeah, I'm coming back out to get another entry.
Okay, you got to do that.
Good. 3-card poker then. Drinks at the Bellagio. Call Bob. Thank you, buddy.
Let us know when you're here. Yeah.
How about the story gets better? The
Hope you're feeling
prices.
well.
$140 for an hour. I mean, he had to grab it. They just thought it was such a great deal. He pinged him 3 times.
Sure. Yeah.
What is going on? He's a billionaire.
Win, lose next. I'll share some great notes from a college football stability system available in the VSiN College Football Betting Guide.
The chaos continues the week after Thanksgiving.
But that's the beauty of this contest. You've got to make 18 picks plus the 2 on the holidays.
Well, week 14 early was brutal. We're down to 11 right now.
At this point, you have to walk away with money. You got to get your money now.
All the entries on 3 teams.
If you haven't had 7 heart attacks playing Survivor already, you're probably lucky.
New episodes Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, only on VSiN. Check out Stormy and JVT on Money Moves, only on VSiN.
They weren't playing catch. They were playing drops out there a lot for Boise State offensively.
No, screw that, okay? There's no class. There's no sportsmanship. We're trying to win games here, all right?
They'll take you on a fun, fast-paced journey, weaving in everything you need to know to make an educated bet, while also not shying away from the excitement of a same-game parlay sweat. Money Moves, weekdays at 2 p.m. Eastern on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser! Paulie Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
Okay, rundown MLB favorites. 15-0 Friday, 11-3 Saturday, 12-3 Sunday, 6-4 last night. Giants plus 155. Reds shut out for the 14th time. Burns did not have it.
Well, that is the most typical, that's baseball, Susan, result of the entire year, maybe.
That's right.
Are you kidding me? Against Whisenhunt?
Yeah, he went 2 innings, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
I know. He didn't have any. Like Wheeler. How about Wheeler? He was torched again. There were some bizarre performances last night.
Well, here's my takeaway from that game. Let's hope the Mariners lose tonight 21-1.
Yeah, right.
And come back and bet them tomorrow.
They respond. Raleigh, 2 home runs, 56-1. Didn't see 3. Good for him. Can they do this? Schedule's a joke in September. Hedges to go deep, 10-1. Real Muto, 9. Tovar, 9. Most runs, Nationals, 5-1. Highest scoring game, Nats, Rockies, 4-1. That was easy. Cavalli was great again. Most strikeouts, 6-1. Dead heat with Matthews.
Boy, how many
14-1.
How many times has he taken it down this year?
Took it down again. I think that's 3 starts in a row.
I think you're right.
WNBA, Dogs 2-0 ATS. Angel Reese sets a WNBA record most rebounds in a game with 26 and most rebounds in a season. And they have 7 games left. And they're in the playoffs.
Oh, what a result in that Golden State, Minnesota game.
Oh, yeah. What did that come from? Did they sit anybody? They got pummeled.
That was a bloodletting.
Right. And Golden State had lost a couple in a row. Subscribe, be part of the team. VSiN.com, our radio and podcast friends. You always want to see these tweets and videos at Paulie Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in. We'll put you on. Look at this. Every day the guy comes home and the dog greets him at the gate and he wants to race him home. And he's in the car too, right? Go side by side. I can beat you. The humans driving the car home and the pitty's right there. Hauling ass. Kid can move. And he looks forward to it every day. Meets him at the gate. You want to line up? You want to go? And races home. Some spacious backyard.
Well, first of all, if this guy's going back to his house, how much land does he have?
Oh, my God, I know.
I need that kind of a driveway.
There he is. All right, that's excellent. Gets the cardio in. Yes, football season is here. Sharp money already moving. Exclusive data feeds from 4 major books. Thousands of sharp bettors and pro syndicates tracked in real time before the markets move. All that filtered and sorted by version 6.0 of the AI model. Every play logged, every result, public records back to 2011, live plays back to 2021. No steam chasing, no stale trends, no recycle plays. Follow the Sharp Money at sharpplays.com. Go get it.
Let me give you an angle here for some early college football betting, week 0, and maybe a little bit beyond that. Steve Makinen, it's up today, VSiN.com, and also I would encourage you to get more of it with the college football betting guide. Go check it out, VSiN.com/subscribe. And I'll run all of these numbers down for you here in a second. But as Steve started the story today, it's his stability system that he bets on for the first 4 weeks of the year. He wrote, before the 2025 campaign, I shared my concerns that program stability was changing largely because of the transfer portal. However, since the system had suffered only one single losing season since 2013, I figured I owed it to the VSiN readers to go through it with my same mythology. Unfortunately, that backfired, and he started 30-36 last year. And he promised that he would dig into the nuts and bolts a little bit more after week 3 of a year ago. And I'll give you some of the numbers that he uses to quantify this, right? So if a team has the same head coach coming back from the year before, per his stability rankings, that's worth 4 points. If you do not have the same head coach in 2026, you get 0 points. Same offensive coordinator, 3 points. Different offensive coordinator, 0 points. And he has other sets of criteria where he ranks them. Now, based on that, the total number of returning starters, 0 through 7, you get 0 points. All the way up through 20 to 22, you get 5 points. So the play is here on one of the scores. Play on any team with a stability edge of 6+ in non-conference games in the first 4 weeks, assuming the game does not have a point spread of 30 or higher for either team. It's 55.4% since 2023. His plays this week in week 0 on Eastern Michigan, -9.5, on Hawaii, +5.5. That number's gone now. And on UNLV, -5.5. This was also a good one. Teams with 17-plus total returning starters are 55.7% ATS first 4 weeks.
Okay.
Versus teams returning 16 or fewer since 2021.
Now you really hit on something.
Okay.
Must ask Brad Powers this, because he got into it a little bit on his podcast. If you play on a Power 6 team in that league, right, and you return a lot of starters, that's a negative. I would think it's a negative. Because if you have any talent, the big guys are scooping you up and paying you.
Yeah.
I would say that's a bad thing if you're a small school and you return a lot of guys, meaning you can't play or you don't have a lot of talent.
I can see that angle. So the week 0 play there would be on USC minus 38.5. And there are a ton of other sets of criteria. That's some of it. You can go get the rest of it at VSiN.com or get the college football betting guide, VSiN.com/subscribe.
Good. 2 things for you tonight in MLB. And it's fun. It's heating up and incredible races now. How many times he goes tonight has Paul Skeens gone 6 innings in his last 10 starts?
Oh, in last 10, I'll say 0.
Oh, that low?
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
2. Outs prop 15.5. How many pitches? The velocity's down to 96. How long will he even go? Will he even throw 80 pitches?
How many walks will he have tonight?
That's another. Yes, control's been an issue too.
Yep.
Does he get 5 innings in? What's the point of even running him out there? That's the other thing. You gave him 7 days off with his last start, and he still only goes 80 pitches.
Yeah, there's got to be a play here tonight, right? Now, I know the Padres have been taking money since the overnight number came out here. Michael King is on the mound for the Friars in this game.
Tough loss yesterday.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Twice the Pirates didn't score in the 10th and the 11th. He just had to score and walk them off, and they couldn't do it.
Well, also, didn't the Padres have the bases loaded bottom of the 8th?
Did they?
I thought they did 7th, maybe. Could have my innings mixed up there. But remember, in the last game, we were talking about fading Skeens, and if you faded him in the first 5, it was a winner. But the bullpen for the team that he pitched against blew it, and the Pirates came back to win the game. So, what's the best way to approach betting Paul Skeens tonight? Do you think it's Padres' first 5? Do you think it's his walks over? Do you think it's his outs under?
Outs under.
K's under as well?
Yeah. The velocity isn't there, yes.
And the Padres are a good team that will not strike out very often.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yeah, you think he's going to get the 6 innings?
No.
No, neither do I.
That's astonishing. I'm surprised you went that low, but only twice. He's gone 6 innings in the last 10 starts, and to flip it, he's 6-1 at Caesars to lead in strikeouts. Gavin Williams against the Angels. Number 2 in the league in K rate, the Angels. 11, 7, 10, 12, 11, 11, 11. That's his Ks in his game log. And he gets this team, this outfit tonight.
I'm a little scared that this one seems a little bit too obvious, to be honest.
You're only getting like plus 250 to get double digits. That's why I would just say take the 6-1 that he has the most strikeouts tonight and think that maybe 9 or 10 gets it done.
Wait, so you're telling me Gavin Williams is priced at the same number as Paul Skeens?
To have most Ks tonight?
Yeah.
How about that?
No way.
In the same ballpark, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That is way wrong.
Yeah.
There's no way they can be in the same ballpark. That's a misprice.
That's also reputation, though, too.
Put it this way. So for various reasons, I've looked at the Gavin Williams upcoming starts because of some bets, and I also have them in fantasy. I've had this game circled for about 3 days. I'm actually scared about how obvious this game is tonight. And I don't have a bet on him. You can get plus money at 9 Ks tonight. I thought I made his prop, and I think his ballpark pal, who projects 9.5 Ks out of him tonight, I figured that his K prop tonight was going to be 9.5.
Skeen's up to 10-1. DeGrom's the second choice. Tolley was great last time.
Yeah, he's very good.
How about Glass now? 12-1. He hasn't started since May 7th.
That's exactly like how many pitches?
They said 80. About 80 pitches.
Can he strike out 9 guys with 80 pitches and be in the mix? Because in order to win this market, you're going to have 9, 10 Ks.
Yeah, I'd rather have Harrison or Nola 15-1. Maybe Nola doesn't go long enough, though, too.
Oh.
But that's... Yeah, you're right. It scares me, too. It looks so easy that he's just going to... I mean, his run he's on, and he's going against these strikeout kings tonight.
Right. Put it this way. Gavin Williams is, with a big K night tonight...
He's third in the league.
Yeah. He closes that gap significantly if he has 10 or 11 strikeouts tonight and he'll be right on the heels of Mizorowski and Dylan Cease. In fact, he could surpass Dylan Cease tonight in the American League with a huge game. And Miz is minus 225 to lead the league in strikeouts.
Is he okay?
Overall on the year.
Yeah.
But they might skip a turn with him if they have everything wrapped up and in the bag.
Yeah.
Up next, something we talk about every year in the offseason. Bill Barnwell's story from ESPN.com. His top 5 teams to improve this year. He also shared the actual numbers with win totals since he's been doing this at